All right, we are up against Paxtakor on the road, and this needs to be it. This needs to be the time for us to go out and end this streak of not winning. We have 3 draws and 2 defeats in our last 5 matches. We went out and got a couple of players on free transfers, so we have a couple new guys to try out. This is why I love this mod, because we get to play with players on the first team who are under 21 years old. They can be registered without being registered. That means that technically the transfer window is always open for potential wonder kids. They might be a wonder kid, they might not. Na Sang-ho got the ball there from our new kid from Thailand. That would be Songkran Kiesor. And we give up the ball, of course, right away because nobody knows how to play the tactic. But fortunately, their shot is up and over everybody's head, and so there's not much to worry about there. We also have Jakob Schmid playing over on the wing back on the right side, was it? I think it's the right side. He also just came in. Ian Gyu over to Ki Sung-young. Now we're passing this around, right? Demeski is another new one. Ki Sung-young now with this back to Demeski. We're trying to get as many of these kids in as we possibly can, and we're trying to do the best that we can to just fill up the squad and get more players. I'm also thinking about even some players who are over 21. They can't be registered right away, but we can register them in January, and we'll have them on the B team before then. And Campos with a good shot, Novak with the save. Fortunately, we have Novak, and if it wasn't for Novak, we would really be in trouble. And so let's see what we can do. A lot of the morale problems have stopped, and people are no longer so eager to leave the club, I hope. Having said that, some of these older players that we have are not going to be around for long. Ian Q gets that ball off and does a good job knocking it back to at least midfield. And so we've done a good job of weathering the storm. Remember, this is an away match for us against a team that's much better than we are. So we better be careful and hope that we can get something good happening. Ihan Bum shows why he's good by going back and winning that one. Ki Sung-young over to Kresor. And that's what happens when you don't have that cohesion. New players can't really find each other. I mean, these guys came on the squad in like the last 2 days. Schmid back ends up with Ihan Bun to Kim Ju-sung. Ki Sung-young over Karasor. Now with it over to Pak So-il. Pak So-il brings it forward to Karasor to Ian Gyu. Back to Karasor, who takes a shot, and that requires a very good save. And that was an excellent job there. And this is a little bit more like it. Ian Gyu now here with the corner. And that is ended up being headed back to him by the defense. And I think Osmar fouled somebody there. And so that's the end of that attacking movement. This is looking a lot better than what we looked like in the last couple of games, but of course we haven't scored a goal yet. But at least we're getting something happening, right? We see some signs of life, and that's the important thing. Now, I'm looking at this and worrying again about our older players, like Na Sang-ho, who should have shot right there. Na Sang-ho is a team leader, and he doesn't want to do his job, and it makes me upset. I try to get him to go talk with players who are upset, and he just doesn't want to do it. He's refused to do that now about 4 times in a row, which tells me that it's probably about time to go get rid of him and to go sell him. And now we have to watch out and make sure that we can play defense and that we do a good job of it. And we do make a save and another save. Novak with an excellent job keeping that one out. And so, I mean, the defense is a little bit shaky here, but we're doing the best that we can. Like I said, this is a team that's better than us, so holding on for a draw, I think, does suit us well as we still try to figure out how to play together. It's almost unfair to bring a bunch of 19-year-olds in and say, okay, you got to play against this really difficult team here to begin your career with us. But they're doing a fairly good job of it, and it could definitely be worse. It's looking better than it had, and Ihan Bum wins this and starts running. Nobody's even close to him. There's Demeski over to Ian Q. Ian Q passes it down, was looking for Demeski again, and that's just that problem with lack of cohesion. That's what stopped that one from being completed. One of these days, we're going to get those passes in, and then we're going to get guys with one-on-one with the keeper again, like we did in the good old days, but not today. And fortunately for us, we had enough guys back to stop that from being a real counterattack. So we'll see what we can do here. They're kind of lumping the ball here over the top of us, but we have knocked that out for another corner. So it's another chance for them, I suppose. And we'll see what comes at the end of this one. Ben Arfa here knocks this forward. Osmar knocks it out. And they have just a couple of seconds left as they're going to try to get a goal. And I guess Ben Arfa was offside, but that's kind of a weird call. From that angle, I don't really see how he was offside, but whatever. So it is, and I'm not sure we're seeing this as the highlight of all of the highlights that we could have seen. There were a lot of closer, clear-cut chances, but we'll take that. And let's keep our efforts out there and see what we can do to win. So, of course, when you look at the guys who are not playing well, who are they? The ones who are playing the worst are like Paxtakor, who have been around for a little while. That's the thing. That's the problem that you run into. So that's just what's been happening here with this team. The guys who end up playing the worst are the older players who have a lot of experience. Kim Ju-sung playing poorly again, so we'll put on Kim Sung-min. Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of this. Na Sang-ho, I probably shouldn't have even started him. We'll put Palasevich on. Na Sang-ho has not proven to me that he can even score a goal. He's one of the guys who I have my eye on for just completely getting rid of and trying to just completely wipe him off the team because he's not playing well. I don't care if the fans like him or not. He's not doing anything. Schmidt over to Kim Sung-min. Kim Sung-min passes down to Demeski, and unfortunately he couldn't quite get on top of that one. They would have had a great opportunity for a shot. Now they have 4 to our 3, and it's a pass to Campos, who was offside, I'm pretty sure. Let's take a look and see what happened here and if he made his timed his run correctly or not. And they're going to disallow that. Yeah, he was offside. It was pretty obvious that he was offside here. And you got to wonder about, they had 2 guys offside. You got to wonder here about Paxtakor and their ability to understand the rules. I mean, because that was pretty blatant. Ihan Bum over to Karesor, back to Osmar. Over to Ihan Bum again, back to Osmar, down to Itesuk, sorry, over to Osmar. Over to Karesor, back to Osmar, and we're doing this little triangle thing again where we're trying to move the ball forward and nobody's making the run. Here's Ian Q with a beginning of a run. Kim Sung-min saves that over to Schmid. Schmid takes a shot from range, which is not really what he should be doing, as the wing back playing on the side. Not the best thing. He does win the ball here, which was good. Ihan Boom over to Ian Q, down to Itesuk. Itesuk with it. And it passes forward to Palasevich, who almost scores. That was a lot more like it. How come we weren't seeing any of that with Na Sang-ho on the pitch? So I think that we need to continue making some changes here and get rid of some of these old guys who just do not want to play. And that header, unfortunately, doesn't do very much for us. But this was a pretty good opportunity here, and I'm a little bit miffed as to why we were not able to score this goal. Palasevich does a very, very good job, and we've finally demonstrated that, yes, indeed, we can get shots on goal. We're not just going to let them attack us and sit back and wait. It's time to make a couple more changes as we come right here up on 60 minutes. So Jakob Schmid has, I thought, was playing well, but he's going to have to come off. Kang Min-hyun's going to come on for him. And Demeski doesn't really know what he's doing. We'll put Pyo Sejin back on. And I think that's about it. So we'll confirm those and see what we can do. It's a little bit difficult because these guys have just started with the team, don't really know exactly what's happening yet. They haven't even trained yet. So it'll take a little while for this to get put up again, but I like what I've seen from them. It's a very, very positive sign, and I think that it means that we're not going to completely fall apart. Here's Palasevich, and his shot is deflected, which means another corner opportunity for us, and it'll be Palasevich here to take it. We're going to go near post this time. And on it comes. Ihan Boom can't quite get a head onto that. I think it was punched out by the keeper. And we're able to at least prevent a counterattack, which is the important part. More important than scoring is making sure that they don't score, because you're only going to score a small percentage of those anyway. Although I will say that we have probably underperformed what we should on corners. Novak with a good save. We've underperformed in many, many respects except for our defense, which is interesting because we only have 3 at the back, but we've done a very good job of preventing other teams from scoring, which I suppose is all right, but we need to do a much, much better job here on offense. We need to start scoring goals. Itae-suk knocks that one away, and it goes straight to another one of their players, and there's nothing but players in yellow around this ball. And Ben Arfa has run around the defense and scored, and that was really, really poor. That's really poor from our defense, and that's probably going to be the game winner for them. So unless we can do something to show that we actually intend to score goals, we're going to have a problem. Ben Arfa does a very good job running around. Who is this? He runs around Kim Sung-min, another older player who is not really 100% with it. And so perhaps the morale problems have not yet been solved. I'm not sure. And let's see what we can do. They have another free kick here, and it goes straight off of the wall, which is good. And they end up with another shot on goal that goes over the very top, which was a little bit not quite as good. So we'll see what we can do. Ian Q having a poor match, everybody having a poor match, and there will be more fines at the end of this, and we're going to find more players to pull on. It's going to be a very, very ugly process, but we may end up selling almost every player on the squad because they're just not playing. And they don't know what to do. So that's another very close opportunity on goal for Paxtakor, and fortunately for us, they're not able to score. I mean, but this just looks bad. This just looks bad. Ite Suk, who needs to come off, is doing nothing. He's just standing there. Who is this? It's Ki Sung-young again, who's allowing his player to get in front of him, and we're just going to go straight down the table, unfortunately. And this is going to be pretty ugly for a while, and we've given up another goal. So it's 2-0 here for Paxtakor, and this is going to get pretty ugly, and the fines are going to come out. Just as I said, we have to perform better than this. This is a team that, though they may have been favored to win, this is a team that we should be performing better against than this. We haven't put up much of anything in this match. So fines are coming out, and like I said, there are older players on this squad who are going to just be sold, and I kind of wish I'd sold them to begin the season. That's the hard thing about this game, because when you come into a team and you say, I want to move everybody, then you end up with problems. There's a Ian Q who scores a goal, consolation goal, and so that's something. We finally score a goal for the first time in something like 4 or 5 matches, and he demonstrates that he can do it, but it took a long time. And it's way too long in coming. So it's 2-1 now. Maybe we could get another one here to salvage something from the match. We do have a throw coming in in an attacking position. Palasevich with it over to Kim Sung-min. Looking for Karasor, can't quite find him. He doesn't know to run forward because he hasn't trained with us. And Novak goes over and wins that one, and they call a foul. They're calling a foul on Lee Han Bum for fouling from behind. He's going to get his red card, and that's going to be a problem. We're going to cancel. We don't have any substitutions left. There's nothing we can do. They're going to try to shoot from range, and it goes up and over. So we only have 5 minutes left here of injury time, but Ihan Boom has enraged me, I think, for the last time, and I think it's time to start talking about just getting rid of him. He has not played well at all, and it's very, very troubling. Ian Q has some sort of faith in the fact that we could make something happen. Palasevich tries to tie this match, but it doesn't happen in the end. Here comes a corner, and I'm surprised if we even have time for this. We're looking near post. They have like 10 men standing right there, and Osmar tries to get hit onto it. He can't. Ian Q tries to knock it back. It doesn't work, and there it is. So we lose this one 2-1. We did score a goal, which is a good thing, but this looked really, really poor. Talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.